Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast.
Different time, different day of normal recording.
Still the same shit.
I'm going to start off with this. We got I had a couple messages after the latest episode. People looking for Demolition Derby Life app.
They had a hiccup.
Yes.
I said that last week. I said, bear with them.
Yep.
It's new.
Yeah. Yep. She reached out and said, as soon as it's ready to go, we'll let you know so you can commence to push it.
She's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting close. They said they were going to relaunch it real quick.
Yes. I don't think she had an exact date where she said an exact date, but she's trying to get it pushed out.
I'm hoping it was one of those issues where all you Derby loving fucks crash their site.
Possibility.
Because that's a good thing. That's a good problem to have.
Yes. The last few episodes, we've been hitting on Capital Carnage, and we've been hitting on Whiskey City.
I'm ready for Whiskey City to be over.
Then we have roughly 1 month, and then we go to Spring X. We've got a guy in studio with us that was on last summer talking about some local stuff. But this is one of the gentlemen that is branching off to the big shows, builds, a little bit different build than he is normally used to building.
What, cheated up shit? So he's not taking something cheated?
Let's just hope he can keep bell housings and transmissions and shit in this one. So we've got Mr. Austin Schaefer in here with us tonight. Austin, what's happening, man?
Not a whole lot. I'm going for the whole built back better this season.
Built back better. We're not going to dive into the rural fiasco bullshit.
Yet.
He strenuously said yet. I think we have spoken a lot. Giving these guys that extra push to go to do the big show shit that they've kind of just been holding back on. Rules being some of it.
Well, and we've talked about it so many times. That step from your local county fair stuff to the big show, I don't give a shit if you're the best at home, the best in the next town over, the best guy at the state fair. Whenever you step up to the big show, you're going to spend more money, first off, because you're going to want better parts.
Yep.
Not even better, the best. You're going to want the best parts you can get. You're going to want to make sure that everything is perfect in your car. Where you would cut a corner, maybe use a piece of old steel or this or that. Maybe I wouldn't patch this rust or, it's just a little bit of patching on the roof. I'm not going to worry about it. You're going to do it now.
Yes.
So not only is it the part factor, the car factor, but the build factor that's going to come in, because you're stepping into a whole new ball field. And I'm sure you're learning on this build.
Absolutely.
That
I don't think there's one part in that car that's not new, brand new this year.
And that right there, that case in point.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't like he had horrible shit last year.
No.
But if you're going to be the best, you have to beat the best.
And you can hit off that. We are so lucky, in my opinion, we are so lucky. The local guys who run around here a lot of the times are really good. Good builders, good drivers.
A lot of big show quality drivers around here.
Yes. And I know that's same way with some places in Illinois and Kansas and Iowa as well.
Well, hopefully if you like derbies and you're doing what we're doing, hopefully you're going to say that about your local drivers. You don't want to be like, well, all of them around here, they just fucking suck.
Yep, it's going to be one of them fucking episodes.
He's sitting right to your excited. Don't talk about him like that.
But, you know, I would put 10 guys around here that run pretty frequently locally against any other local 10 guys.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, maybe we got to start that. Nope, I ain't putting on no more shows.
But when, you know, hitting back on that, when you're running against a Austin Knorr, when you're running against a Bob Whitaker,
Adam Lemonadzer.
Adam, Jake, Craig, that makes you step your shit up.
Yeah, that's why everybody wants to go run the big shows. I mean, yeah, you want to win, but you want to learn something. You want to pull something out of it.
Yep. I mean, like that boy last year at Spring X. I mean, it was the picture broke the internet when Adam parked on the fucking dude's carburetor.
Yeah.
Shit happens, but it was cool. The cool factor was there.
I mean, we talked about it with Tommy Stark out there at Blizzard Bash that year. He knocked a guy's roof sign off with his front bumper. He's over here. He's like, "Fuck, this is my first big show." So you're telling me I'm not gonna have a carburetor or a roof sign? Fuck, I just bought both those new.
Yeah.
What a man.
That's why I've been running 1/4-inch roof signs.
Just let them fold. A lot of the list stuff is out for Spring X. It looks like Taylor's people pretty much released a lot of that stuff.
And I kind of like that. I mean, there's a sense of me that likes the stuff out, and there's a part of me that don't.
But like Taylor's, his stuff really wasn't full blown. Let it out. It was, here's some team names.
Well, that dude kind of moves in the shadows anyway. Like whenever he's announcing his stuff, like the people that need to know. And then right before his show's coming up, I mean, and he does it the way it's supposed to. 60 days before he shows up, you see that shit everywhere.
Yes. And he's got a dude by the name of Mustache Mike that is running his shit. So,
yeah.
I mean, that just gives him a leg up right there.
Mustache Mike.
Mustache Mike.
That's what the fuck happened to Filthy Promotions. We needed a Mustache Mike.
Or a Dirt Bike Tommy.
Or something. We needed something.
Bearded Billy.
We had bearded bellies. We had that shit covered. So,
well, let's start hounding him.
Let's hound him a little bit.
So, what was the determining factor on why you wanted to go run Spring X?
Really, I mean, me and a couple buddies from down south, we kind of bounced the idea off each other to go do something else, get away from here, get away from the rules, get away from the people we've been running against, just bring something new to the table. And we're bouncing off all these ideas. We go here, we go here, we go here, and then we seen the ad or whatever you're going to call it for Spring X, and we're like, well, maybe we'll just go down there and watch this year. And we're like, hell, fuck that. We'll go down there and run a team show. And they're like, you know what, fuck that. That's probably not a good idea either. We'll just take a couple of bone stocks down there and feel it out. We're going to watch anyway, so might as well take a couple cars. And that's kind of where we're at with that. And kind of get a feel for it, maybe go back next year after.
Well, and if you all don't like the format or however that's run down there, you've got other options, you know.
Oh, yes.
Especially with that bone stock build. Now, they're not always the easiest to get into, which you all got to see that firsthand. That shit fills up quick.
Yeah.
But all these big shows that are kind of, they're bringing the bone stock back.
Mm-hmm.
And locally, the guys, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but everybody seems to like that stocker build around here. It's about street stock is all they're wanting to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's getting up there where you're building to the top end of the desires of all these guys around here. You've got a few guys that they want the full-blown mod stuff, but I would say 85% of the derby community around here, they want that stocker lighter build.
We've hit on it before because I really think so many people in the crowd like to see shit bend.
They do.
I mean, have you ever seen a mod car bend?
No, I've seen a lot of fucking wheels fall off.
Yeah. You know, light weld is about the most you're going to see something bend.
And I'm not saying that the mod cars aren't cool to watch, because some of that shit is cool, but it's like your buddy out there bragging that he shot a 10-point buck, and then you coming back and being like, well, I shot that doe. Did y'all see the hoofs on that son of a bitch?
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's cool to watch them hit, watch cars shake, and all that shit. But whenever you're watching people burn transmissions up, front wheels knocked off, and it won't move, it's not near as cool as watching somebody's fucking headers touch their dash bar.
Yes.
Got those new too this year.
I mean, because that was the last time that Austin was on. Mr. Jordan Wood was with him.
LS has sucked.
LS, small
Oh, yeah.
block type of shit, you know. I'm guessing over the winter you didn't have an LS built.
No. I hauled like 2 or 3 of them off the scrapyard.
Did Jordan kick you in the nuts the entire
No.
way back?
No. He's okay with it. he might be coming out with something a little more irony.
Oh, about time, little fucker.
So, where'd you start? Was it car choice? Was it, you know, what your strategy was on how you were going about it? Did you set a time frame? Like, talk to us.
Well, we got our buddy called me and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go do this." I said, "Sweet, here's my money, take it." And he got us spots, and I went up to the backfield and fucking kicked my old elbows up on the green gate, and I was just looking up there about 30 cars, and I'm like, which one's it gonna be? And I just picked one that it was time for it to get used up, and it's not a 10 out of 10, and it's not a 7 out of 10. It's I think it's perfect for the occasion, so that's
About
what
that
I pulled out.
smooth 8.5.
Yeah.
Now, looking, and we know, fuck it, I'm going to say it. Everybody who's going to go run a big show, they really digest the rule set. Is this...
Some of them do. The other day, I had a buddy, and he's like, "Hey, come check my car out. Let's look at this." And I'm like, "You're going to have to move your down tubes." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Did you not read the fucking rules?"
I'm sitting on top of the box.
Well, no, but they were far enough for, they're past the inside door seam. I'm like, "You're fucked right there." He's like, "Son of a bitch." And that's whenever he started to really digest the rule set.
Mm-hmm.
But it was after that one little, you know, because I was over there trying to figure out where to put mine. And he's like, "Well, I'd go up here." I'm like, "Well, you can't do that." He's like, "Come look at my car." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're going to have to move
Yeah,
that."
you're fucked.
Yeah. I printed off them rules for Spring X, and I shoot you out there more. Bone stock rules are no more than 3/4 of a page of fucking paper. And
Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad.
Yeah.
that gives you a lot of room to think. And it's not. I've noticed it's not easy to build a fucking bone stock from going from a street stock, hot stock kind of build.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to build a bone stock how they want it.
Yeah, but normally it says right there at the bottom of that page. I know it did it all of mine. Do not read into these. If you don't think you can do it, call.
Mm-hmm.
That part must not get printed off.
Run out of ink right at the end of
Damn it. Because what all these guys, these big show promoters are doing, they are stepping their game up on the tech side. Last year, Spring X, Taylor had a few guys, and if y'all hear that, that is actually ice because he is mixing some Captain and some Dew today. He was out of beer. Probably not, but I heard he started drinking early this afternoon. So
Trying to become an angry pirate.
Just had a little captain in me.
one leg up on the competition.
Yeah.
These
Don't leave me alone.
these guys are stepping their tech spots up. Last year at Hot Springs Havoc, Mr. Palmer had CJ Barnes and Adam Lemonedger come down to tech. Last year at Spring X, Josh is with Taylor. I don't know Josh's last name, but he's a cool fucking dude, and he's a cool cat, and he knows his shit.
That dude is cool. I've called him a couple times actually.
So at Spring X last year, other than the normal guys, CJ and Josh were the two main techs. So these guys are not lacking in A, knowledge, and B, don't hesitate to call your shit out pretty quick.
Well, you can't be. I mean, from the promoter standpoint on that, you can't. I mean, it'll straight run your shit in the ground.
Yes. Yep. Then you guys got pissed off because so-and-so let my shit in,
Yeah.
or somebody's let yours in that
Right.
everybody knew it's cheated. I mean,
Because you can't tell me that as a builder or a driver that you haven't done something just to see if they'll catch it.
correct.
Well, I mean, whether it's completely beneficial or not, you went ahead and did it. Whether it be just a little bit of extra weld, whether you frame shaped more so than you should have.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain stuff out there, that everybody does just
Yeah.
to see if they can get by with it.
Yeah.
And whenever techs start letting that shit slide, well, say you get it through there, well, you go tell this guy, well, hey,
I got through.
I got through.
Fuck you. You did it. I'm going to do it the next show.
Uh-huh.
Then I get busted. Well, so-and-so did it.
Yep.
How many times have we heard that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that fucking car's got it. Really? Go show me.
Yeah.
And then they can't. You either
They can't.
ain't going to show them or B, won't show them. I mean,
Well,
that's-
90% of them are too big a chicken shit to go over there and show it to you because they don't want to get their ass kicked for being a snitch.
what's he say? Snitches get stitches. And it wouldn't be the first time we ever watched somebody take an ass whooping at a derby.
Right.
I promise that. So did that weigh into your build process? We know you're not done yet.
Oh, way to call him out, Dick.
I did. But he's got way more fucking time than you got.
I'm on the short rows.
He's got an extra month after, you do.
This isn't about me, motherfucker. Didn't we just talk about this? Well, so-and-so's not done either.
His boxes are going to start his motor. There's no motor there to start.
He's going to Flintstone it.
That's why I said I'm going to find a donor 10-speed bicycle. Gear reduction. SMS pedals. Legit.
Oh,
Damn,
Jesus.
that's a hellacious gear reduction.
So you got the car picked. All new parts in this thing. Are your expectations to the height of, coming to a local show, knowing you're going to have to do some work?
Yeah, well, I'd just say my expectations are never high for anything. They're pretty well fucking. I'm either gonna play this smart or I'm gonna go straight out kamikaze. Like,
I've noticed that
no-
about you. There is no in between.
No.
He's not that
It's-
tweener. It's either wide open or
It's either I'm getting black flagged for fucking sandbagging or I'm fucking nosed out and sitting still.
we've seen both. We have seen both. Is this something that we just said it? This is the first time you're building something like this.
Yeah.
In this process, are you seeing that it's something that is a little bit more enjoyable to you, where you're not really having to kill yourself, having to go through so much welding wire, steel, you name it? I mean, street stocks around here, we understand, which we've said so many times. Well, the only really difference was a 14-inch bumper bracket, brace rear end.
Yeah, yes.
But we know what all goes into that.
Yeah, right.
Is it something that you will look forward to no matter the outcome, if it's something that you want to keep building?
Yeah, so basically the end goal out of this whole deal is, of course, travel across the river and kind of get my feet wet with the big show deal and maybe head on to some more. But I definitely don't plan on staying in the bone stock deal just because I know it's more of a one and done car. You throw it away and strip it out. I usually like to get at least more than one out of a car, but
Or 6.
has happened.
Well, and I think I see what Derek's saying. Was the added nerve factor, was it, I don't want to put this, the added nerves, was it beneficial or was it worth it for the backed off financial part of the build? Because you can't tell me that you're not more nervous about this car than you were, say, you were going to Shalina.
Oh, absolutely. It's got...
Because you're backing off on the money aspect of it as far as the cost of a cage. The shit like there, no braced rear ends.
That's right.
So, you've backed off on the financial side of things, but you've added the nerve factor. Did I do this? Or double checking this.
Yeah, definitely does make you nervous going away and big showing it. Because I bet I've been in that car 100 dozen times checking the same bolt maybe 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
that's
nerve
where
picking.
I was at,
Yeah.
It's really,
The butterflies are already there.
yeah. It's
because I know I've been mouthing on here since I started this build with this New Yorker that this is the best car I've ever had. Blah 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 blah. Well, after we got the cage completely finished in it, got the seat pedals, all that shit, battery box mounted, hands down the best quality build that has ever come out of my shop. As far as my car. And I think it was because of the failure at Blizzard Bash, the dumb shit happening around here. And, finally, whenever I did get the spot for the bone stock, I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing this shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens, it's going to be a failure on hopefully one of the parts that I've put in the car, not something that I fucking cut corners on.
Correct. And
Because
it could be that dumb, crazy son of a bitch on the other end that decides that.
I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
cool
way good
with that. Yeah.
Way good with that. I don't want it to be something stupid like my fucking trans cooler fell off because I didn't put a fucking bolt in it, or something dumb shit like that. Or, I was too lazy to put the pedal setup in it and was still running a stock gas pedal or stock steering column. Some dumb shit that I would do around here.
Yeah.
That I have done.
Yeah, I've spent probably 4 or 5 months on this car, and I know for sure I've taken a car and I took it from driving on the road to on a derby track on Saturday from Monday. I know I've done that, and this one it's 4 months and meticulous about my stuff. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like on
What you're saying.
this side of things,
yeah.
Where I would wait, till the bare minimum, like, oh shit, I gotta get this motor put in this car 3 days before the fucking derby.
Mm-hmm. Or the night before.
Yeah, the shit's happened. But I'm like, whenever you're looking at this bigger stage, and I guarantee you there's drivers out there that listen to this, that run this shit all the time, they're like, they're probably going a little overboard with this. But if they would sit and think back to the first 2, 3, 4, 5 times that they jumped under that big spotlight, trying to prove something, because nobody wants to be the first person out ever.
Oh. Unless it
But
pays
if
a
I
grand.
am,
Unless it pays a grand.
if I am the first person out, they are having a second bone stock, so I'm just stay out there. Gas her
Teddy
up,
P that shit.
gas her up and toast her.
I'll pay another $150 and roll with it.
But you know what I'm saying? And I know that even like some of the guys around here, I'm not going to put them on blast, but they still get nervous.
Oh, fuck.
Before
Who've been in this game for a long fucking time, bro.
Got stacks of trophies. Have thrown more trophies away than I'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
And, they still, before they pull out there, man, fuck, did I do this? Or, goddamn, I hope that I, check this or that, all the time. Pulling on the track, fuck, did I tighten that battery cable?
I promise you, Teddy, we've talked to Teddy a couple different times. I promise you that he is very meticulous on checking shit. He pulls out, was it last year, Capital Carnage, and the wheel falls off?
I don't know if that was last year. Quit putting dates on shit. This is how we get fact checked. Just say that he pulled out out there in Topeka one time.
What did I tell you about fact checkers?
Fuck 'em.
Bingo.
Yes.
But yeah, Teddy pulled out there, no clue.
No,
Boom, wheel
none.
falls off.
And I mean off, not just tilted, fell the fuck off.
Well, Rob
Flat
pulls out
tire.
on track. The tire was up, had been up. Pulls it into the barn. Car's locked down. goes back out on the track, flat fucking tire. That's the shit you can't control. That's the stuff that you don't feel as bad about. It's whenever you didn't tighten the fucking battery cable or something.
Steering shaft.
Yeah, I mean, you know, somebody, you know, you've got 2 or 3 guys in there busting ass on your car. Get the steering put in, get it all welded in, bolted in tight, fitted to you. Fuck yes, go out, drive it. Perfect, we're good. Jump on to the next thing. Well, the guy that slid the shaft onto the gearbox didn't tighten the set screw.
Correct. It was on there. Splines lined up.
Great. Worked great.
That's
In the
like-
shop,
that's
loaded
like-
it on a trailer, drove it here, drove it through tech, drove it through the tunnel.
Took one hit.
One hit.
I'm eating this fucker.
Yeah, that's one thing that's like on the very top of my list. I've seen it time and time again. Is that fucking set screw on the knuckle going to the gearbox? Like, check it once, check it twice, check it before I hit the trailer.
I've
check it on
actually
the
got this
trailer.
really long wrench.
But that, you know, we've hit so many times on progression. You would think that some way somebody would figure out a different idea than a set screw.
Yeah.
You would think. So maybe some of those JM Derby products that SMS guys could maybe figure that out to bypass that issue.
See if they made it like a PTO shaft, you know, where you got to pull the
Quick
car
man.
back and slide on
Or-
because there's a groove all the way
Or
around.
you got to
it.
push the pin.
That's right.
You got to push the pin and slide it on there. Oh, fuck. That, if somebody makes that motherfucker, I want some money. I want royalties off that bitch.
And I want
patent pending, goddammit.
I want 50% off that.
Well, fuck, I'll take $5 off each one of them.
You got access to plenty of PTO shafts.
Speaking about throwing them under the bus.
But yeah, I mean, that's that crazy shit that everybody in the game still thinks about. You know, and I don't think that matters from your beginner all the way up to the dude that's you know, winning, has been in the game for 20 years. I don't think that any of that shit could be checked enough. Because I personally and you know, not just because he's sitting here and Cy does help out in the shop some, like, if he does something, I might run by it and check it again.
Yeah. That's just habit.
I mean-
That doesn't matter who the fuck is.
I mean,
who's in the shop with you.
You put the axles in my car. I've checked them since. I mean, you know, since we've been underneath
Yeah.
of it. I just went back and made sure
Yeah.
that way I knew it.
Yeah, it's like people come over to my shop to help me. Like, I appreciate it. And they're like, "You need me to do anything?" I'm like, "No, it's okay. I got it. I'll do it." It's like,
Hand me this tool.
Well, see,
"Are you sure?" I'm like, "I got it, man." Like,
Jacob Green come over and helped me here last week, and he helped me cut some metal, you know, get some shit tacked in and all that stuff. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to weld this?" I'm like, "Well, not really," but and he's like, "Well, I'll start welding on it." And I'm like, "Man, just get it where it needs to be. When everybody's gone, we'll get it all wrapped together." Just because I don't want it to be like, you know, if one of those welds break, because I'm gonna be pissed off. If I do it, I'm still going to be mad, but not as mad because it was me.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the help in the shop's always appreciated. Just sometimes you're working around somebody that, you know,
It's almost double work.
I'll shit you not. Like, last Madison show I ran, I let my grandpa put the battery post on, the cables. I shit you not, halfway through that derby, I was over there with my foot holding the battery cable on the negative post. I was like, motherfucker.
And I promise you, your grandpa has had that same issue.
Oh, yeah. He said he's been up there through the firewall running the carburetor with his hand.
Seen it. I've seen it.
Well, I was talking about that whole factory gas pedal deal. That was real life shit. And Teddy can contest to this. Because he rode with me in Warrenton, and I looked down, and I was like, I don't have a throttle anymore. And he was like, fuck. So he's sitting in the passenger seat running my car with a fucking hand throttle.
Yeah.
Like baling wire.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was like, you almost cut
1-inch
my...
washer.
I don't think he wanted to go to the end. Like, I think he was happy that the fucking car was junk and quit because he said it was about to cut his fucking fingers in two.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't number 9 wire. It was fucking thin
Yeah.
wire.
It was straight up baling wire.
And I had a huge return spring on the fucking carburetor because I knew that the gas. This is that stupid shit that I was talking about. Me cutting corners or being dumb on that shit. Like I knew that every once in a while that pedal would stick. Like it was catching on the floorboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a huge return spring on it. Well, Teddy's over there just fucking. We're taking hits and shit. And Teddy's over there just trying to get us out of the fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand you don't want the dumb shit happen. It happens.
It happens.
Well, when bring cars on the track last year, every time I go the car would come in and of course checking their stuff that I'm supposed to check, there's still somebody. One of them was looking at the battery cable. One of them was looking. Reach up to play with the distributor. And then you sit out there before the green flag and you're looking at everything. You're always looking at something.
Double checking shit.
Oh,
Making sure you got your electric fan on.
Funny story about that.
You're not the only person this shit's happened to.
The electric fan, he used to run a mechanical fan all the time, so never worried about it. Well, 15 years later, it's a lot better to run an electric fan for some people. And he would go ripping around the pasture and not turn the fan on and boil over and shoot the cap off. I was like, what in the fuck is going on, dude? He's like, I don't know. I was like, you got your switch on? He said, what switch? I said, for your fan. So I said, I took a paint marker and wrote on the back of his header, it said, FAN, capital letters, underlined.
Well, I mean, and that's not, like, that is nowhere near the first person that's ever done that.
No.
I mean, you take somebody that's not used to running, the mechanical fans, people that used to run dedicated to icebox tranny coolers. Like, that's not something that they're used to. So,
yeah,
manual fuel pumps. Nope, we're going electric. We're gonna block this bitch off. We're not gonna worry about it getting knocked out, and then hit it, not realize it.
Yeah, you kill your car out there, and you reach up and get hit again. Turn the fuel pump off, and you're out there cranking on that motherfucker. Why will this piece of shit not start? And then all of a sudden you look over, battery's dead, and you're like, fuck.
Yep.
Click.
Yeah.
So I guess this episode is about stupid shit that happens at derbies.
A lot of stupid shit happens at derbies. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Self-inflicted or not.
Right.
So you were going to Spring X. You're going with a couple buddies. We're not going to say who they are.
I was at one of their houses today.
Yes, you were.
Oh, come on.
Are you more energized?
Yeah, I'm fucking pumped about it, to be honest. I'm tickled to death to be in and actually going because, ever since I started, I always wanted, big shows. I think that's what the end goal is here.
You run a big show last year.
You did.
I guess not like your traditional big show, but it was fucking televised.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So, the whole,
And grenaded to fucking tranny.
Yes.
I had the bell house and sit in my fucking lap.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about that on another episode.
And he goes, these are parts. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. I was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I got a thumbs up, but I was like, oh, that's not good at all.
I've seen bad shit happen at that track, so have you. And that's...
I almost got sued over that shit.
Yeah. Then I watched the Yoder boy try to be the fucking firewalker.
Yeah.
And over tranny. It's like everything that we see happen, it's over transmission.
Right, but god damn it. That's coming from the outside looking in again. Because whatever you're doing, like, maybe this motherfucker's going to take off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just need one more hit.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the first person out and the tranny's slipping, and there's still like 9 cars moving out there, probably shouldn't beat on it. But if you look back and there's only 2 or 3 cars moving, you're like,
Let her fucking have it.
I'm going to beat on it. I'm about to lose a leg, but I'm going to do it.
Ever since I've been cutting the tranny tunnel a little farther up, it hasn't quite came back so far.
I told Cy and them the other day, I was like, man, I keep seeing all these transmissions explode. I said, I'm just going to come off my fucking pedal setup with a piece of steel. Not going to connect to anything, just enough to block my leg. Just from knee down.
I know you're kind of joking
No,
about
not really.
that, but
It was 100% thought.
yeah. What's those blankets?
Scatter blanket.
Scatter blanket,
Kevlar blanket.
something like that. If
Because
it does
I
happen.
told all those guys that were wanting to run training races and for my shows, they were like, "Well, it's safety for the bell housing." I was like, "Yeah, okay, it is, but it makes the car a hell of a lot harder too." I was like, "But if you go buy an expired scatter blanket off of a tractor pulling guy, if you lay that over your floorboard and bolt it down, I'm not going to bitch whatsoever. Like if you want to wrap the complete tunnel with that from floorboard to floorboard, you'll never hear me say a word."
See, I've looked at them. I think SFI makes a scatter shield that bolts your bell housing or your engine block and comes over the bell housing a little bit. Just keep from. I really don't want to lose.
Well,
the
I'm
leg.
telling you, between $75 and $150, you can own a scatter blanket. That I'm telling you, I don't think there's a promoter out there that's going to be like, "Oh, get that fucking safety blanket out of there."
Correct.
No, they're going to be like, "No, that's completely fine. You keep doing what you're doing."
So many of the guys have.
And if we can spend $5,000 on a fucking rear end, we can buy a $150 scatter blanket if that's really what we're worried about.
So many of the promoters, mandatory, you got to wear a fire jacket.
Yeah.
Mandatory. Can't run without it. I would like to see something like that scatter blanket implemented in there. You want to go to work? Well,
Easy.
you want to go to work
Easy.
Monday
I just
Sorry.
want to
with the option of
Yeah.
going
right,
to
right,
work,
right.
not being able to. You know what I'm saying?
But on the flip side of that, I get it too. Nobody's telling you to get in that fucking car.
I know.
Nobody's twisting your fucking arm to get
I
in
know.
there.
You're taking that chance.
That's where you can go back to the argument of the helmet laws with motorcycles.
Yeah.
Just because it's not a law that you have to wear it, they're not saying you can't.
Correct.
Like that's what I never understood about that. Like if somebody wants to wear the fucking thing, wear it.
Yeah.
But if they don't, if they're stupid enough or whatever.
I always wore it because my fucking bald head gets sunburnt and windburnt. That shit hurts in the
I
shower.
didn't wear one because I was stupid. It's that simple.
Yep. So he has got this on his list. Are you waiting to get through this one to
Before you commit to something else.
correct?
Well, I got this one up on the rack, and then I got another one pushed underneath of it. So it's kind of like 10% done, but
So is that another big show build? Or you don't want to talk about that?
see, I don't know what I'm doing with it. That's the whole problem.
Whenever he says 10%, it means that he's opened the doors on it and cleaned the previous owner's shit out of it.
I bet you it's 90% stripped.
100%.
So then he's more than 10% built.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting at idle on that one because I honestly I'd like to get through Spring X and see what pans out there because if I got any car left, I'd like to put Grandpa in it. Let him yard sale 355 from a 262. See what
Will he?
he
He'll
will.
act-
Absolutely.
Well, he mentioned. He did mention it at
How old
Madison.
is he?
He's 62 or 3.
I swear he's older than that.
No, he's 62 or 3.
Because your old man is a year older than me.
Yeah.
So
But no, he's committed to it. He said as long as Grandma let me do it.
oh, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrong answer.
Well,
Yeah.
Where are you going, Kirby?
so you all have committed to Spring X, so you know for sure you're going to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, what is one that you're wanting to run? What's something?
Bucket list type of
Yeah.
shit.
Like, I'm not going to hold you to it and be like, well, this motherfucker said he was going to run that shit. But, what's something... Because mine, from the time that I got into this and started, building cars, fucking around with people that built cars, I was like, I'm going to pull into Blizzard Bash. And I did it, and, that was a big fucking deal to me.
Yeah.
What's your Blizzard Bash?
I kind of hard to answer that right now because kind of in between everything, and I know I don't not want to run Blizzard Bash, but then again, I kind of just enjoy watching it and getting all fucked up there and not have to worry about nothing, you know. That's the best part for me. But
this motherfucker across from me can attest to the exact same thing that you just said.
Because I have taken the car out there.
They said that was a drive-in.
Yeah. But I mean, I definitely want to do something like cool, like newspaper fucking hang it in your wall kind of deal. But
and your
I don't know
options,
what that
I
is
mean,
yet.
there's options out there because I didn't know if you all had talked about, you know, like maybe Wicked Team Show or, you know, Hot Springs. You've got, you know, well, now South Dakota.
Yeah.
Now you got two at South Dakota.
Yeah. I mean,
You got one in the summer
and
one where
then,
you're freezing
I
the
mean,
balls
you know,
off.
like Rob and then went out there and run Montana.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's, you know, Vegas, whenever that, because I guarantee you they're going to do that again.
Heber City, Utah.
That's going to happen.
You know, you've got all the shit that everybody's always talking about out in Utah. You know, there's so many possibilities out there. I didn't know if you had like one that stood out that you were like, man, if I can ever get a chance, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Nothing at the moment, but between however many of us is going down there to Spring X, we kind of, that's our first big one under the wing. We all of us wanted to do it. So I think after we get that under our belt, we're kind of going to be more gung-ho about going out of state and going away and trying these big shows out, kind of get away from everything around here.
Well, and it's not necessarily just getting away from the shit around here. It's putting yourself in a new position.
It's
New
basically,
competition.
From what I can feel, it's like the first time you ever derbied again. It's adrenaline rush, really. It's that not knowing anything, keep your head on a swivel, make it past the first 10 minutes without getting fucking clocked, and then set sail.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. I know a lot of the guys that run the stock show at Spring X. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get fucking clocked within 10 minutes.
I'll guarantee it.
Well,
But you're going to clock.
Yeah. See, that's
Within
what
10
I'm trying
minutes.
not to do.
Well,
Trying not to do
what
that.
gets me is, we've talked about it a million times on here. You've got a strategy before you pull on the track.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of people will tell you what they're going to do. And we talked to porters before they ran out there last year.
Yes.
And those dudes were like, well, no, we're not changing our driving style. And they held 100% true to that. All you seen was purple. Wide open.
Well, you saw Matt kind of try to chill the fuck out, and then it was like,
That
okay,
lasted like a
I'm
total
bored,
yeah.
and it
It's
was
time.
right in front of us. I thought, yep, that's gonna suck.
So, but I mean, that's the type of shit that you see from driver to driver. Hey, what'd y'all think? Well, it was different, because that's what, Tommy and Rob and all those guys, they were like, well, you're driving smart, out there at Blizzard Bash and burn a transmission up. Well, that's awesome. And whenever I get compliments from guys like that, that caliber of driver, fuck it. Like, yeah, fuck, I fanboy a little bit, like,
Wait a minute.
I blushed,
He gives me shit about fanboying over my person that I fanboy over.
Well, I'm talking of drivers of any caliber, that have been successful in the team shows, that have, all these trophies and shit hanging on the wall, and whenever they compliment you on something, with me being just a bullshit builder, like, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But there was the other part of me in that same sense that they were like, you were driving smart out there. Well, then I burnt that transmission up in, 12th, 13th, 14th, spot out there. Well, would it have been different if I would have just fucking turned it up, off the go? But then you can drive yourself nuts with what ifs.
Mm-hmm. Always second guessing.
So I usually just drink.
This is gonna be a long fucking summer. I'm just throwing that out there.
No, because all my shit's going to be for sale after Whiskey City.
He says.
I'm going to have a garage sale.
Well, hopefully at Whiskey City you garage sell that bitch and you ain't
I'm
got
going
to
to
worry
yard sale
about
that
it.
motherfucker. I do not plan on bringing any kind of car back. Whether somebody else does it for me or I get to do it myself, I go, fuck.
Guarantee you have an engine after it.
I knew that was coming. I fucking knew it.
Yes.
And you're right, this 302 will be perfect after I get done.
You gonna swap a 4.6 and a Mopar next time? So
I'm actually running a 4.3.
4.3.
Little 4-3 hoggy.
A little Johannes action. Is the outcome
A priority.
or a decision for the next big one?
Not at all. I mean, I'm going out there to feel it out and see what I'm doing the next week. I mean,
So what are your expectations, I guess? Like, I mean, I know that you're not going to go out there to lose.
so here's the game plan. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna pass the inspection. I'm gonna get a stick. Okay.
Okay,
That's first.
there's two real fucking important ones right there.
Yep. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna hang out and get fucked up. That's number 2. Okay. And I'm
So
gonna go
that's
out.
a movement I can get behind.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And really, the outcome of the Derby, I'm looking to not be the first out, but if I'm the first out, I'm going to learn from the mistake because it's not because of something I put in the car. It's because of something I did.
What'd Simonton say?
You don't lose, you learn.
That's right. I mean, honestly, I want all of us to go down there and have a good time. It kind of lights a fire under our ass to go to the next one.
Well, as a group,
keep
you all want
progressing.
to go down there and be successful.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're doing you're fucking up somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever want to pull onto the track and be like, I'm going to lose this motherfucker. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And not wait to go out here
Sometimes those
and
reverse
get my dick
psychology
kicked.
works.
What is this? I can't wait to get schnarred.
But I think this transition that you all are wanting to make, because it's not like this is your first Derby.
No.
I think that after you get on the track, a lot of that bullshit will go away. I know it did for me whenever I got out there because I was right back on the track. I mean, yeah, you've got to pay attention a little bit more there, but you're still doing the same work that you are on your local track. Like, whenever you pull out there, whenever you see a shot, you take it. Whenever you see one coming, you try to prepare the best you can for it. Like, the basic principles of driving still are hardwired in you
Yeah.
if you've run derbies.
It's like riding a fucking bike.
Yeah.
You just don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, if you suck at home, you're going to suck at a big show.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to a big show to say, well, I hope I don't do worse than I do at home, or I want to do better than I am at home. You said it, I believe, last week. There's guys that will never go to a big show.
No, and it's just because they don't want to. I mean, that's not their thing.
Correct. You know, sometimes they branch out a little bit and they'll try. Maybe they'll go to P Hill
Because
or something like
there's
that.
one of them in that group that he's talking about that's going with him that I figured was one of those people. And he's probably going to be like, hey, motherfucker, what? But he's really good around here. He's not a huge people person. You know, he kind of sticks to his group and does his thing. Awesome builder. Hell of a driver.
If you go talk to him, he'll talk your ass off.
Right.
But he's just not going to instigate the
no.
talking. Yeah.
And that's why I didn't really feel like he wanted to be in that big show setting. Now, I figured Austin would. Eventually, I really did, just because he's a dumbass like the rest of them. Yeah, fuck, I've done mediocre this year. Fuck it. It's fine.
That's the way I roll. Happy-go-lucky.
I mean, we've caught the motherfucker at our shows doing something he wasn't supposed to be, and he just kind of smiles at you. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, what's that scene right there? Well, it was a
It
blowout.
was blowed apart.
And it was.
It
was
but
blowed
did you have
apart.
to put 2 inches of weld on the motherfucker? And I'm not talking 2 inches long. I'm talking width.
Yeah, I don't have one of them auto darkenings, just straight solid lens. I can't fucking see shit.
I missed.
Reading the rules.
I missed the fucking seam the first 2 times. I'm sorry. And
It just says 2
that's why his old lady is on the fence. But no, I like the other two in that group that's going out there, Austin and the other guy. I seen them doing it. Like I knew it was coming because they were even branching out around here, not wanting to run against each other and splitting groups and not, like, oh well, half of us are going to go down here, half of us are going to stay here. That way, at the end of the show, we're not just beating the fuck out of each other. If it gets down to us 4 down here, we'll do it, and the same way up here. But you could see over the last couple of years that they were looking for new competition. I mean, they had mixed it up with the best of the best around here. Come out on top a few times.
Held their own.
Yeah.
The other times.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there was nobody laughing at them.
No.
Put their name on the board where when they pull in, everybody's like, "Oh shit, Schaefer showed up."
I did because I was like, "Fuck, here comes an hour tech." Here's our fucking line held up.
It's bad because I could text this motherfucker and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Welding." I was like, "God damn it!"
Put the welding down.
I never go to Derby with an empty oxygen or fucking acetylene bottle. Never.
But that's just the stuff that we were talking about. Whenever we were talking about the local guys, and this doesn't just pertain to Missouri. This is all over the place. Because you'll have local drivers that have kicked ass at their hometown shows forever, but never want to make that step up because whether it be a time issue, financial reasons,
Comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. They just won't do it. Mm-hmm. But there is evidently a whole fuckload of people that will because the entries, they speak for themselves.
Any show, anymore, what we call big stage caliber is
gone.
Oh, I tried to get a spot. Well, I wasn't the first 6 fucking seconds, so I didn't get it.
Me and Colbert were talking, about South Dakota because, like I said, I was real serious about being done after Whiskey City. And Colbert, he messaged me, "Hey, you gonna try to get into this?" And I was like, fuck, no, probably not. I don't think I want to. And then Sunday, he messaged me again. "Hey, are you gonna try to get a spot up there? Or what's your game plan?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I've been kicking it around. Fucking South Dakota, drag all the way up there." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna try it." He's like, "This might be a once in a lifetime deal." We got talking about it. And I was like, "Man, it would be fucking cool." And I was like, "Yeah, if I get a spot, I get a spot. If I don't, I don't." I was not looking forward to building another car this year, for that, just specifically for that. But if Colbert and I did get in, I was going to do it.
Yeah.
But that's that, I don't know, it's a fucking sickness.
It is that no medicine can fix.
No.
And that's the thing. Like, Austin was born into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no choice.
And I'm serious. He was fucked from jump. When Grandpa does it, Dad did it, Uncle did it, Cousin did it. He was just, there you go.
Well, after you do this shit long enough, where else are your friends at? Well, you're kind of stuck.
Correct.
Because I work on the road all summer, but I still talk to my Derby friends. Mm-hmm. Because, I'm liable to have a buddy that I met out in Topeka, 30 minutes from where I'm working at.
Yeah, you're right.
All the time. So, honestly, after you've been in it for so long, you really don't have friends outside of that shit. You got your hometown buddies.
Yeah.
But you don't have, everybody's got their clique. And that's what the fuck the Derby community is.
Mm-hmm. And,
that's how that shit works. And at 32 years old, I don't want to start making friends. I don't even know how to do that.
Oh, I wish there was a fucking camera in here right now, because that was so pathetic to look at. With the puppy dog eyes and the face and the shoulder shrug, and I don't want to make friends. You've been to big shit. I've been to big shit. I'm talking to this big Gomer over here with the other big beard. Blizzard Bass, Spring X. We're going to Peoria this year.
Hot Springs,
I haven't been there.
I did that. It was cool.
But I've been into the Iowa shit. I'd rather went north than south. Something on my list of wanting to go to is the Wasatch County
Yeah.
in Heber City, Utah.
Fucking airplane tickets are high.
Yeah, but not if you're flying from Washington to Utah.
I know people who's got private planes you take.
Line it up,
But
bitch.
that shit cost money too.
If they're your homies, all you gotta do is usually cover fuel. I have seen that. But
I have a feeling jet fuel's expensive. I mean, I've seen gas down there in the fucking pump. I just have a feeling jet fuel's a little hotter than that.
well,
I bet it ain't 89.
no,
We're going to pull fast if you're using to steal the fuel.
probably not 91 or even the good 93. Probably not even the Turbo Blue 102.
I told you I'd drive us out there. Be cheaper than a plane ticket.
I can't. You couldn't get off.
Easy. What's that mean?
How? What are you reading into it?
Read into the rules again.
It's 19 hours and 38 minutes.
Plenty of time to get off.
Fuck.
Or a 2 hour and 34 minute flight.
I'm just telling you. It wouldn't bother me. I'll drive it.
How fast will we make it back from Vegas? Do us enough fun?
We drove from Paris, Missouri to Las Vegas and back to Paris, Missouri in 4 days.
Well, the Derby's 2 days. So you're going to have to leave on Wednesday and then get back on
I was pulling a
Tuesday.
fucking camper going out.
You had a 19 Dodge 1-ton that would probably pull that fucking camper as fast as a truck will go.
Yeah, but I had to watch shit. I was running DOT. I'm just telling you, Cy and myself left Las Vegas after we dropped that camper. We went back down to Fremont Street and fucked off for a little bit. And whenever we pulled out of Las Vegas, we did not stop that motherfucker until we got back to Paris, Missouri. 21 hours.
I just don't. I like to enjoy my time.
I enjoyed it.
What? Fuck, I had a blast.
So, the Heber City deal, that's something. Watching the Gladiators of Steel brought more hype of wanting to go to that area.
Right.
We've talked to Sam Williams. Sam's been there, run it. CJ's been out there and watched. That's something that I want to do. We've got so many derbies around here within that 4-hour drive time. What I call big show. You've got the Spring X, the Metal Mayhem, the Pecatonica, the T-Bone, Blizzard Bash, Capital Carnage. You got a lot there, and I know this is on the other side of the fucking country.
Right.
But I want to see 10,000 people in an open stadium just getting full tilt retarded, because they do.
Yeah.
I've said it on here a time or two. All you have to do is go on to YouTube and punch up Robbie Layton in-car footage, and it is insane to watch. You're like, there's no way that dude is going to hit somebody going that fast. And he does.
Yeah.
But it's like everything I ever hear about it, they're all wired like that. They're all wired of just wide fucking open. We get a lot of that here.
I think up in Utah they're about the turnout things, ain't they? Turnout headers.
That and Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota is usually the 4 in a rows stuck out. I don't know how that ever got done.
Nets and turnouts.
Nets and when the nets and turnouts. That's a Minnesota deal. And I'm going to go ahead and hit it again because I keep seeing it, guys. If you haven't seen Gladiators of Steel, look it up.
I bought the motherfucker again and rewatched it.
You did?
I did.
I almost thought about
I did.
doing it again because it is just cool as shit.
And it was worth it.
Yes,
Again.
it is.
Because I caught shit the second time.
That you didn't catch the first time. Yeah. So, you need to get home and tell the woman, say, hey, get this.
Yeah, I get excited from watching old YouTube videos. I can imagine about that.
This thing is...
Okay,
this
so you were
thing's
talking
crazy.
about wanting to go out to Utah.
Yes.
The one I want to go to is Dead Man.
Pennsylvania.
Yep. And I don't even know if I want to run a car out there. I just want to go.
Where's it at in Pennsylvania?
It's where it all starts. I just want to go. Then you end up taking a car.
Dunbar.
Yes, Dunbar, Pennsylvania.
I watched it. Track Shot was out there.
Mm-hmm.
3-day deal? Was that right?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
It may have just been a 2-day. I think it was just a 2-day deal. But I want to go.
Mm-hmm. So that's a bucket list deal.
Yep. And honestly, like, that's closer than yours.
11 hours.
It is closer. So you fly with me to Utah, and I'll ride.
Oh,
I'll ride with you to Pennsylvania.
We're negotiating. But that Dead Man deal, like, I watched it this year. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like, first off, Halloween themed.
Yes.
Halloween's my favorite holiday. That's been no secret. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Valentine's Day was.
No, because I don't like meeting new people. but you know, the paint schemes out there is fucking killer. I looked into some of the rules. I know that a lot of these guys around here, around locally, are going to kick me in the dick for this, but I like them. Like, the old iron rules I thought were, light. Real light.
Light.
I like watching old iron bend. I do. It makes the other ones worth more. So all the guys that are sitting on a bunch of old iron are like, fuck yeah, Steven. And all the guys that have like 4, they're like, fuck, shut the fuck up. But
You get told that an awful lot.
Oh yeah, I do. All the time, especially at home.
I knew that was coming.
But like I do, I like the rule set out there. You get to see shit bend. The heats and features were not those, those 2-3 hour shit that you see. That
It was like
happen.
max 30 minutes, and they weren't fucking around.
And what's awesome is you're talking East versus West Coast on both the shows that you and I both talked about. So I think it'd be fucking awesome to go watch both of them. And maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool shit to do that comparison and kind of get our opinion on who's got it going on, because we know it's the Midwest.
Yeah. And we've always said it, most of the time, any of these big shows we can watch from home.
Uh-huh.
But how many times we said it, there's only so much shit you can see. Sometimes there's
Well, that's
good.
what we've caught shit about our opinions.
Yes.
They're like, hey, motherfucker, you weren't there. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But
I had a better view than you did.
I promise. I promise you. But, just like we spoke about PJ hanging over the railing, we had an idea what he was saying.
Right.
But if we were there, we would have known what he was saying.
So I've been watching those bad lip readings. And you don't know how bad I want them to do that to Blizzard Bash.
With PJ?
Oh, fuck. Do you know how funny that shit would be?
Oh, just with demo derbies in general.
Yes,
Anyway.
100%. Like, that shit would be funny.
Yeah, your mom's a hoe turns into something else. Yeah.
But no, all bullshit aside, the East versus West Coast thing, I would like to go actually look at the cars myself. I want to see, because we know their drive styles. You can see that shit on TV.
Yeah.
You can look it up on YouTube. You can see that. And they are different.
Very different.
Way different. And we got to see them collide in Vegas, which was badass.
Yeah. You got a bunch of California guys. We other than Eric Mollet, who would always come to Blizzard Bash, Ryan Shivers, Blizzard Bash. Those are about the 2 guys from California that you really ever heard about. And then you start watching the Stir and Dirt show, and he's mixing another drink, boys. The Stir and Dirt show in Vegas.
And girls, we don't discriminate.
We do not.
Children of all ages.
That's when you start seeing that, holy shit, California has got some dudes. California's got some drivers.
Yeah, it's just
California's
their
got some
government
builders.
shit.
It is. I mean, that's what happens when it's a big-ass blue state.
You didn't float the ice.
He doesn't need to float the ice. He's been drinking long enough.
You aren't wrong.
Because he's going to go home, and I promise you, he's
That's not gonna
probably
be
going to get
somebody's
told
dad.
to shut the fuck up again.
I think I might have had him before I got there.
Yeah, so it's going to happen again. But Austin doesn't really have a bucket list. We do.
He's just sitting back soaking all this in. I didn't really think that we were going to go this deep on this episode, but I'm good with it. It took a good turn. Austin's like, why the fuck am I here?
So I'm going to ask, you spoke on every part in this car is new. One reason, other than a couple parts of the driveline, really has to be new. Correct? Because what you were building to last year, those rules don't allow you to do that shit here anymore.
So basically, after probably January, maybe, I had the old car sitting out there on blocks. Had the full center wheels up for sale on Facebook.
Why are you
and
selling your full centers?
no good no more, I guess. Expired.
Is no bueno.
Had pointies for sale and just kind of the whole built back better thing.
Being a little crybaby bitch.
I guess.
Why'd you have it on blocks? This ain't St. Louis.
Yeah.
In the city.
Hey, we've got
No,
listeners in both those places.
Yeah, shut up. We don't discriminate, dick.
I think it's a good because, like, I've been doing it for probably 3 years now, and it's probably a good thing to go back through everything and kind of start fresh and rebuild and get rid of some old shit I never used and all this. I'm trying to adjust to the new rules for this year around here, just in case. I mean, I will run around here this year. I just don't know what or where or when.
Okay, so what was your biggest issue with the rules around here? I mean, because I know that a lot of people have talked, because we've been on everybody's ass about it. And even, hell, we had one of the promoters on here, and I was kind of breaking his balls over it. I've got my own opinions, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
And they all stink.
Well, but there was some rule changes that people liked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't both of them. But let's go with the negative side of it first, and then
You
we'll
go bad news first.
then we'll give them some constructive criticism on the top end.
Yeah. I mean, the wheel center thing just kind of mind boggles me.
I am gonna say that if you go back and read our rules, it said no full wheel centers.
But that other guy had them though.
Show me.
He run it in Vandalia.
I did it the last show.
Well, we fucked up that show. Sorry.
Yeah. So like
But,
this year, I've literally built probably 6 new wheels and thrown my other 6 away that were perfectly good still. I mean, it's like the consumer friendly part of it. I don't want to build fucking wheels every week after every derby because they're
Correct.
fucking bent.
Yeah.
I'd rather pull a
Well,
fucking
start
axle
running-
and slap a new axle in it.
Start
So
running stock wheels.
that's the whole thing, throwing away and fucking doing it again.
Well, then you're just dismounting a mountain tire.
Yeah. But
Sorry, I don't even know why I'm arguing with you on that because I'm with you on that.
But to even run a full center, you gotta have the axle that backs it up. You gotta have the fucking rear end that backs it up. You gotta have the third member that backs it up.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, not everybody's running aftermarket shit. Because if you aren't, you're missing out.
Correct.
Well,
I mean, at that point, why not let full centers? Because like you guys stated before, your shit's got to take the abuse. Your spindle's got to take the abuse. So it's
6 and 1, half a dozen the other. It
Yeah.
really is. But on the promoter side of it, because Derek and I talked a bunch about it, if we were actually going to put on shows this year, if we did the hobo class, I think one of our rules was going to be, you can run any 5-lug rear end with factory axles.
yeah.
Which was going to deter all those guys from being like, no,
Slap a full center on a factory 8.8. See what happens.
That's what I'm saying. And,
You're not gonna do it.
No, something's going to get.
But
You're
that's
not
where
gonna
I
do
was
it.
at with that rule set. Because if people wanted it, I was going to give it to them.
Yeah.
But I was going to give it to them where they were going to have to pull back on that shit too. Because if you've got, fuck it, go get your postal rear end, your replica 9-inch, the thick case, thick housing.
Yeah.
If you win, I'm pulling your fucking axle out.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And if it's a hardened Mosier, nope.
You can tell the difference.
Well, cast flanges. Start there. I'm just saying, if everybody's wanting to go this direction, especially the promoters, well, fucking go.
Yeah.
Do it. Be about it.
Because
right there, if you make them run a factory axle, it's going to pull that money aspect back out of it.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Okay, let me back up your comment. If you make them run a factory axle, C-clip rear end, 5-lug, you're going to be more in the mod stage. Everybody loose steering. No fun to watch. You watch a bunch of people run around with no fucking steering.
But if they're wanting to go back to the fucking stock rules, let's go stock.
100% stock.
Yeah.
Not 50-50.
Right. And that's right.
And I think that's a lot of people's bitch is, it's in the middle. It's in its own little realm.
It is. But nobody likes change until they do it. So that's where the other side of that bitch comes in.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if they want to run the stock class, if they didn't, if they thought our stock rules were too heavy, make it fucking stock. Be stock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't give us some hermaphrodite fucking rule set.
So he started with the bad. What's the good?
Tell you one of the good things that make you really want to do it is if you look at Junior Cardwell's rules, 6 plates fresh, 6 plates pre-ran.
Mm-hmm.
Guys have been in this long enough, know where the shit's going to bend. They're going to put them in 6 places.
Correct.
Or they're going to put it in 4 and kind of be optimistic about it. Because it's not, to me, it's not fair. I don't know about anybody else, but it's not fair for a pre-ran car because I can almost bet 98% of us can make a pre-ran car harder than a fresh car.
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time. That you run that pre-ran car with 6 plates against a fresh car with 4 plates. What Junior's doing is a good thing. It really it does make sense, and it's needed to happen for a while.
The only I've heard just a couple little complaints on Junior's rules. One was no wagons.
Yeah.
That kind of upset some guys because they just kind of bought some wagons and were wanting to use them this year.
I was at his house today too.
You were, you were, and there was another one in there that I'm not gonna get into over the air. It's it's a secret, but not a secret.
I'm telling you,
and if I talk about it, it's gonna come out as that. So.
Well, I really liked Junior's rules because, he pretty much copy and pasted on.
He did. Just a couple little changes.
Which him and I had already talked about, and I had talked to you about it, which I probably would have let the wagons run. That's Junior, though. That's fine. It's fucking his deal.
Yeah.
But we had already talked about some of the changes that he made, and we were going to do the same shit.
Yeah.
See, nobody wants to build a stock car every fucking 2 weeks. You want to build a bone stock every 2 weeks.
That's why we were where we were at with our rules.
Yeah.
And that's why I think everybody liked them. That's why we had such a dominant stock car following.
How many times did you run that white Lincoln last year?
The white one?
Mm-hmm.
The street stock one?
Mm-hmm.
I think 5. Let me tell you, the 4th and 5th run were like last leg in it.
The when shit starts blowing out, you know, stuff like that. You got as goodie out of it.
Yeah, but you built a really good car there. You did. Because I got to see it from the word go, and that was a good fucking car.
Yeah, so that's the first time I ever built a street stock or anything like that. And I was like, in the heat, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's like, this bitch is going to go or not.
And that's the deal, though. If he would have had 2 nights where he kept training in it, at Mother's Day, where it was fresh, and then Salisbury's the second night. So if he would have kept trainees in there, it might not have made the 5th
I was
and 6th
anxious
run.
to see the whole I was wanting to see how that played out. I really was. And not just with Austin, with Grant. I mean,
There were some hot fucking motors in that thing. And
shit was about to get ignorant. And
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, we watched it. All of us did. I didn't know who was going to come out on top of that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being Trey Hewer with the fucking shot of the night.
Yeah.
With that big ignorant shot on Doyle.
Yep.
Holy hell.
And there could have been a lot more shots.
Trey, he fucking sends it to me once every month or so.
The video clip
Of
of
that
it.
fucking shot. And every time I'm like, fuck, man, it was just nasty.
Yep.
That was nasty.
I'd love to see an onboard of that shot.
How
From
many
Trey's view?
And I want to see it in Doyle's face. I want a GoPro in
coming
his face
from the inside of Colt's car?
Yeah, like I want it on his helmet, looking out,
Yep.
because I watched. He looks over and you could just see that he's like, fuck.
Yep.
I seen it from the fucking track, and I was scooting the opposite way as Trey, and I was like, kind of went by me. I was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, hey, fuck.
Where's he going?
Yeah. There's
Kelly must have supper done.
yes. We've talked about those shots.
It's the money shot.
He's meme worthy. Adam Lemonadger at Champaign in 2015, he hit that fucking dude and completely destroyed the car. They make memes out of it. They make Snapchats out of it, TikToks out of it.
We got to watch the same car I'm talking about.
Yes, Colt hit the Andrew Jennings at Palmyra and bananaed it. Those are the shots that are just
Andrew Jennings' car after that shot and the one that Lemonadger did, they should have put those somewhere. Just where people could go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
At the destruction and shit of a full track shot.
Yes.
There's a Hall of
Because-
Fame.
That's like definition full track. No doubt about it.
There's a Hall
Well,
of Fame for
100%.
Now, Colt's that was not a full track shot.
No, it was
Because I was standing about a
half
quarter.
to 3/4.
I was standing about a quarter or so, and he stopped before I did, and then I seen him drop that motherfucker, and he waited for a car to get out of his way, and all I seen was, "Wah!" I was like, oh, fuck. I hit my headset, and I was like, somebody go see if he's alive. I was like, and then you might check on Colt.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was right after I left. That was my first time at any Palmyra Derby. First time ever. And I had to leave because I had to work the next morning, and I left it.
It was somebody's bedtime.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, I guess fine. I won't be awake when you call 911 next time, dear.
I was in Palmyra. I wouldn't have called 911.
No, they were there, right above Jennings' car.
Sometimes he's not awake when you call 911 anyway.
That's true. It has happened. It has happened, and I'm not the only one.
So, man,
Hey, but you know the only way to stop a full track shot, right?
meet him in the middle.
Meet him in the middle.
The Hard Nosed Post earlier this week, I think it was Sunday, with your little promo holding your 4-in-1 koozie.
Good Lord.
Somebody did comment and said that that's the look on his face.
Did you notice that Austin and I had the same reaction to that comment?
Yeah.
I hope that we don't have to play that scenario out until the end.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But if we do, I mean,
shit happens.
it is what it is. I mean, we built derby cars that we're not taking them to drag strip,
Nope.
so we're expecting somebody else to run into us.
Yeah. Yeah. These,
The only thing with Austin is he has better shit than I do.
that he does. That he does.
And a lot more time holding on to that steering wheel than I do.
Yes, he does.
And a lot there.
So honestly, if he takes me out, if him or Jerry or any of those guys, if they take me out,
So be it.
Something to be proud
I'm
of.
good with it.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. Hopefully, if they take me out, hopefully it's toward the end, and I was the next one on the hit list
Yep.
as far as competition.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, oh, hey, Steven's in a soft ass car. We're gonna fucking junk him real quick. Hey, stop! Quit it, guys. Fuck. Same team.
Quit picking on me.
Kind of smack the nose in the car.
Yeah. Quit it.
You know, so just a couple little things to hound him on before we wrap this episode up. Fuck it. I'm going to ask him. What are you taking?
94 Grand Marquis HD.
Oh.
Oh. Fucked around and found out. I was expecting a Lincoln conversation.
I was too.
I really was.
It's my favorite, but
I know.
the gold speaks to me.
The what?
The gold. There was gold at every end of the rainbow.
So does that mean there's no paint going on that car?
You know, I've contemplated painting it flat black and then stripe it with yellow, but it might be a little gay or not. I don't know.
Well, no,
I haven't seen it yet. No, easy.
We said at the end of the rainbow.
You said it, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, hard nose. Hold on.
I take it back.
Hold on. I'm going to put this out there.
We don't discriminate.
If he accepts, Hard Nose will buy you a roof sign, but you don't get to see it.
Fuck that. Contract is lost.
Null and void.
Well, I will buy you a matching roof sign and door wraps.
You want to do it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Agree
God.
to it right here. Well, there's your
Oh,
sponsorship.
shit.
That was a handshake.
They couldn't see that though.
No.
Yeah, where's your hands?
I thought you all could hear it.
Where's the picture? Where's the picture to post?
No, we're not posting no picture. Not
Well,
today.
it looks like he just got himself a sponsorship for Spring X.
Yeah, you kind of didn't know that already happened.
Yeah, but I get to design the fucking roof sign.
I didn't get to do that. I didn't get that.
I'm fucking pumped.
You may not have. You see the
Well, if we're putting Hard Nose on it, I'm not going to make it like horrible.
Do you remember an episode several episodes back about a big, thick, pink, veiny,
Triumphant.
triumphant dick?
Was you here?
I wouldn't do that because most of this derby shit, except for our podcast, is kid friendly.
You didn't a unicorn horn?
Because I'm going to have to give a shout out to my boy Justin
Yep.
because he's going to be the one that helps me with this.
Yeah.
The background can be veiny looking, just no shame.
Oh no, it'll be cool. If we're putting our name on it, it'll be killer.
He's already got the roof sign, so we just need the vinyl.
Yeah.
You know, so he's already got a couple hard-nosed stickers in the truck already. So
It's going to be fucking sweet. I'm pumped. I'll make newspaper frontage.
Oh,
Peoria,
not that I'm wanting
Peoria City News.
the credit for it, but the roof sign that we sponsored for the kid that won the raffle
yes,
with Austin Johnson, where he's giving the kid the turnkey car. I think it was him, Jerry, Alan Brown,
Tony,
Tony. I mean, there's a bunch of hands in that.
Chad Bostic.
I got drunk one night and seen him post that.
It's always a good way to
Surprise,
start.
surprise. And immediately commented, I was like, hey, we'll buy your roof sign helmet.
Yep.
Got the stickers in the other day. Still haven't got his helmet yet. I don't know.
Well, we kind of need to know what size the fucking thing
I got
is.
it.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. No, I found the helmet he wanted. It's just out of stock. Which it is about. This kid, I can't wait to meet this kid. I'm going to pull this up. Go ahead and do a little talking while I pull this up.
So you guys just made a full tilt sponsorship. Austin does not know what his door wraps and roof signs are going to look like for Spring X. We know what he's taking. I know the drivetrain. I mean, small block Chevrolet till he dies. Did you just go with a basic 355, or did you
Maybe punched out a little more.
thumped it a little bit? So we should be able to hear it. I've already got my hotel rooms. I know you guys got a whole fucking house.
Yeah.
They Airbnb'd it.
You see, you already got our hotel room or yours?
How many bed? I can't even remember how many beds are in there. 2.
Yeah. We're taking 3 kids with us. So.
Son of a bitch! I forgot the Rugrats are gone.
There's a hide bed in there. I know for a fact.
Yeah, 3 kids.
There's a hide
We
bed in there.
got out of bed.
Went to Blizzard Bash. I shared a bed with Grant, actually. We slept in the laundry room on bunk beds. It was fucking sweet.
Why did I just have Step Brothers stuck in my head right there?
Mm-hmm.
Who was on the top?
Grant. I'm a good base.
I found it.
Enough to
You got to see this helmet this kid wants. It's fucking cool.
That is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, it's the Republic of Texas.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, it's tough.
I just hope he keeps going with it.
Honestly,
Because after the Metric GM is gone, toast,
he's still got all the
he's
stuff.
got all the stuff to put into something else.
Yeah,
You know, once you put somebody in.
because honestly, those guys really didn't get enough credit for that whole deal.
No.
Which I don't think they were doing it for that.
They were doing it to get another kid into the sport.
100%. Like, Austin was like, hey, we've got this shit sitting around. Mm-hmm. And he was thinking about selling it. Alan is like, well, I've got this car. Jerry, he's got parts for days.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not to out the dude.
And
but I'm just saying.
Chad's got
He's part
parts. You know, Chad's got parts. Tony's got parts.
Yes.
I mean, it's just the time and the effort that they did to make this thing happen for this kid.
Oh, yeah.
Showing the ins and outs because they are going to help build it for him / with him.
Yeah.
And it is going to be.
And that was a whole deal that they went through on that. There was people that were sending in letters and nominating kids, and
Yes.
and then there were so many that. Did you see the second part of that? They couldn't just pick one winner. Like Kinley, I think is his name.
Yes.
He's the one that won, the grand prize. Like he won. But then you had the second, third, and maybe fourth that they're like somebody's like they're gonna put them in other people's cars.
Yes.
So all of them are gonna get to run something.
Can you think about a 15-year-old getting into a car that Alan Brown just built?
Oh, fuck.
Or PJ.
Or PJ, or Austin, or
Yeah.
Jerry, or Tony, or Chad, or any of them. So.
And then, because Austin's always doing some crazy shit like that. Did you see what he did with the DeWalt tool set here a while back?
Gave him to a kid that needed him.
Yep. He was like, if there's any youth drivers starting out that don't have tools, I've got all the. I mean, there was
He had an entire big ass
yes,
bag full
drills,
of
impacts,
lights,
sawzalls, grinders, everything. And I mean, he said they were tested. They were proven.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing about Austin. Even though he does live in my opinion, one of the shittiest states in this country.
Yeah, but you can't find
Stand up, dude, as you get.
all of them over there
Yes.
that we run around with. I mean,
Yes.
they're killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome what that whole number 9 tour brought out in people.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it really did. It brought out just insane amounts of support. The shit that has branched off from that is just ridiculous.
Yes.
And this year's already rocking for him.
Well, why wouldn't it?
I mean,
With the success it brought last year, it has to.
Yeah. So. Well, we've picked on him. Probably not as much as we should have, but it's always cool to have somebody hanging out here with us instead of on the phone.
I'm just glad that
I can't believe y'all just made that fucking deal.
I love it.
I'm fucking pumped.
I'm ready to see what it looks like.
Part of me is saying it could be wicked as hell, and the other part saying not so much.
Very
Hey, they sell spray paint at O'Reilly's.
No, you can't paint. You cannot paint over it. Not happening.
He won't have to. He's gonna want more.
Moa.
Bigger sign to show more.
So awesome, man. I appreciate it. Are you gonna go to Peoria with us and go watch?
Yeah,
Okay.
I probably will.
So I know a whole lot of dudes that are going to be over there, and I know this guy sitting across from me. He'll get down on some adult beverage intake.
Oh, don't be putting me on blast like that.
Well,
He said across.
you're drinking whiskey.
And he,
You stated it. You're drinking whiskey all weekend.
Sold.
Man, we wish you the best of luck in Spring X. I hope the finished product comes out as good as you are
Let's go
wanting
ahead.
to.
Let's go ahead and mark this down too. Let's get him on after Spring X, and see where he's ready to go next.
That'll
Because
work.
win, lose, or draw, he's going to be ready to go
Yeah,
again.
he's gonna be tricky.
yeah. And what we might do is the other
How about
couple
we grab
there,
him Sunday?
the other couple that will be with him, that are going to go. We might be able to just get them all together at that one guy's shop.
Yeah.
In there.
Not allowed much.
You know, with the shop doors and whatnot.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
got a table,
Yep,
tools in it.
I believe so.
The smell
A
of
couch?
fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. There's furniture in it. There may be a workbench.
I think so. And a fridge.
And a
Derby
fridge.
cars.
Yes.
Definitely a fridge.
No list.
No list, but
No list.
several cars. And just knock it all out at once.
Hey, everybody that keeps wanting longer episodes, I think we're doing it.
This is it. So,
Our editor lady's like, hey, shut the fuck up. I knew I was going to get it at some point tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't know when.
we figured when you get home. So,
Hopefully they're all asleep.
you hope.
If not, melatonin for everybody.
I gave
You get a gummy. I'll be like Oprah up in that bitch. You get a gummy. And you get a gummy.
Kids had plenty of gummy candies that I gave them before.
I might even give my wife a couple of them.
Well, dude, you got any last words?
I'm done.
Make junk, boys.